Good morning, everybody.
Mike.
I'm Mike Campbell. Nice to be here. I work for PTC, and we are focused on applying augmented reality and IoT and a whole bunch of other technology in industrial enterprise use cases. So the question that I'm here to answer is, what happens when you apply Dr. Fan's 5 rules in the industrial enterprise? What kind of value do you get out of them? So let me get right to that. What we've found by surveying literally thousands and thousands of prospects that have been engaged in our trial program is that there's a tremendous amount of value to be driven in the industrial enterprise in 3 areas. The first is manufacturing, the second is service, and the third is training, largely related to those first 2. So when we think about designing for an optimal AR experience, we're seeing a tremendous amount of value driven in these particular areas. Why is that? Well, if you're an industrial company today, there's some big challenges that are facing you, and actually you just heard about some of them. But skilled workers and worker turnover is a huge problem. There's a tremendous shortage of technical resources. People are doing work in more and more complex environments, manufacturing work cells, where products are serviced, and frankly, the products are becoming even more complex as well. And then finally, there's an increasing demand of immediacy that we are all driving. Most of you probably have an Amazon Prime account, right? You order something, you want it right away, and that's showing up, that's manifesting itself in all kinds of customer behavior. And what we found is that augmented reality can help address a lot of these different challenges. It can help people be more efficient, it can help them be more effective, it can increase productivity, and it can increase customer satisfaction. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to show you some specific examples of where that is actually happening, of where manufacturers, or let's say industrial companies, are seeing the benefits of AR to do things like you see here. Improve their worker productivity, improve the effectiveness, the quality of the work that gets done, and improve the satisfaction of their customers because of this great technology. So let me start. I'm going to give you a handful of examples. The first one is a company called AGCO. This is a large industrial company, makes agricultural equipment. And they had a challenge of training new workers to install different types of processing equipment. And what used to happen is the engineers would show up, brand new engineer out of college, let's say, would show up and be presented with a massive stack of paper documentation, hundreds of pages, literally, of PowerPoint slides. And what they did is they embraced augmented reality technology and began, first off, training their technicians using AR, and then also supporting the technicians when they're doing their installation procedures. And a couple of things happened. First off, they were able to reduce the training by about 60%, which is huge. But the second thing is an intangible benefit. Imagine that you're a 24-year-old college graduate showing up for your first job. You've grown up in a world where you've only known the internet. You've always had tablet devices. And the first thing that you get is a 200-page manual. Not very fulfilling, right? So this idea that these digital natives can work with this kind of great technology, even in industrial scenarios, is incredibly compelling and makes a big difference to the workers that are showing up there. The next example that I'd like to show is from a customer called BAE Systems. They're a global industrial company, but this particular site is about an hour north of here in Nashua, New Hampshire. And instead of me telling you their story, I'm going to let them tell their story. So let's go ahead and roll a video.
There's huge growth in this market, but it is unsustainable unless we embrace new technology.
BAE Systems is committed to solving the most complex problems our customers have.
Here at BAE Systems, we make the electric propulsion for hybrid drive buses.
Our production tempo has increased dramatically. We've brought on a lot of new people. That's forced us to look at innovative solutions to build product correctly every time.
How do we do that? How did we do that? Is with mixed reality.
When I first tried a HoloLens, I quickly understood that this technology would have significant implications for our business and that we needed to get out in front of it. We had to find a platform that could help us scale, and that's when we began the conversations with PTC.
PTC's mission is to bridge the physical and the digital worlds, whether it's manufacturing, operating, or servicing physical products. We came along and we had a mixed reality solution to allow them to create experiences for the HoloLens quicker and more efficiently. It's all drag and drop. You don't need a lot of technical expertise. You can get up and running right away. It just makes it a lot faster and easier to get a lot of people using the experiences that were created with our software.
PTC's mixed reality solution has allowed us to drag and drop our 3D models that we already have to create guided work instructions to deliver to our production floor in hours and at a tenth of the cost.
We develop a step-by-step guide that lets the assembler completely assemble the battery.
You're not looking at this in 2 dimensions anymore on a screen that's far away from you. It's right in front of you.
HoloLens has really become beneficial in allowing us to train new people on this product 30 to 40% more efficiently.
Using the HoloLens, I was able to cut my assembly time in half. We can understand and we can learn so much faster, efficiently, feel a part of this process.
Microsoft has really nailed it with the HoloLens platform, and PTC is helping us scale this affordably across the enterprise.
20 years ago, we didn't have personal computers on every bench. 10 years ago, we didn't have 3D printers. Now I can't imagine building without those. And I think this is what the HoloLens represents. It's the next step in the evolution of high-tech manufacturing.
The future of mixed reality is really exciting because the possibilities are endless. We're just starting to scratch the surface of it.
It really is endless what we're going to be able to do and where we can go. This is going to help us get there.
Okay, so some pretty key things happen there. 50% reduction in cycle time and 30 to 40% reduction in training time, all at a tenth of the cost of the next best alternative. So great example of value being driven in a manufacturing scenario. And then the last example really ties into some recent research that we've done with Aberdeen. And really you can read about the research on our website, but the key point here is that augmented reality is able to drive higher customer satisfaction and higher customer loyalty. So let me tell you about an example there. There's a PTC customer called Howden. Howden makes these giant industrial blowers. They're used in wastewater treatment. And essentially what Howden is doing is they're instrumenting these blowers using IoT technology with all kinds of sensors and analytics so that they can understand how they're performing. And they're able to maximize the uptime of these blowers by taking advantage of this information and presenting the information about the performance to the people that are buying them, the municipalities that are treating wastewater, for example. And what is happening is they are actually able to deliver. When they deliver one of these blowers, they're not only delivering the machine, but they're also delivering an augmented reality experience and the digital eyewear that goes with it so that the operator can understand operational efficiency, but also perform the service on their own. So it's a great example of helping the customer, the end customer, take advantage of AR by packaging everything up so that they can get better productivity out of their products. This is one other example of the value that AR can drive, and this ties back to some of the things that we heard about this morning, which is sort of this collaboration idea, right? Here we're looking at technology that allows somebody that's a technician in the field to collaborate with a remote expert, to each of them, to the expert to see what the technician can see, and then be able to mark up using AR their view of the world. So it's a great way to communicate. It's a great way to clearly, without any ambiguity, instruct people on how to get something done. Maybe when you don't have pre-authored instructions or you don't have a good manual. So this is also great new technology that's available, and again, driving a lot of value in the enterprise. And everything that I've told you about here is all available today. This isn't futuristic technology. These are metrics that are available today, technology that's available today. It's available on the HoloLens you saw. It's available on monocular eyewear, like the Google Glass device that you saw as well. And there's lots more coming. There's a ton of work that we're doing at PTC to do more of this kind of thing. You heard from Valentin about some of the research that we're doing. You've also heard that we're moving to the seaport and we're hiring. So if you're interested in helping us in this journey, please reach out to us and let us know. With that, thank you very much.